5:24. Welcome back, everybody. Okay, parents, we know the pandemic has been a struggle with a lot of kiddos at home all year round, and now you're gearing up for summer.
It's hard to think about when it's raining outside right now.
I know, but it's coming.
It is coming. All right. Well, usually you can send kids off to summer camp and get a break, but this summer, those options are going to look different. Matt Doherty connects the dots.
Summer is just around the corner, and in the before times, that meant summer camp for kids. So how safe is it for some fun in the sun this year? Let's connect the dots. After a year in quarantine, families are excited for in-person camp to return. Last year, many camps stayed closed or had limited activities thanks to COVID. But health officials did learn important lessons from the camps that did stay open. Last June, nearly half of the 600 campers, counselors, and trainees at one summer camp in Georgia tested positive for coronavirus. A CDC report found the camp was not requiring masks, did not open windows and doors for ventilation, and encouraged loud singing and cheering. Meanwhile, camps that implemented multiple safety protocols experienced only a handful of cases. The CDC has now released new recommendations for camps this summer. It's called for outdoor activities whenever possible, while still wearing masks and social distancing. When indoors, it recommended ventilation and reduced capacity. And while the CDC did not suggest a mandate for vaccination, it strongly recommended eligible employees and campers get a shot. When it came to day camps, the CDC said kids 2 and up should wear masks, except, of course, when they're eating, drinking, or swimming. It also recommended a successful tactic used by some summer camps last year, keeping kids in small groups where they only interact with each other. It's also called for symptom checks and periodic testing for campers and staff. Connecting the dots, I'm Matt Doherty, KHOU 11 News.